What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're going to talk about the New Orleans Pelicans. This is a team that a lot of people felt should be a playoff team last year. And then obviously they didn't make it and they ended up falling short. But this year they had more expectations, getting rid of Drew Holiday, bringing in Steven Adams to give them that anchor and that defender in the paint and a guy that understands his role and won't try to do more than what he's asked to do, but is also a great teammate. They also allowed a lot of their young players to come and play. Lonzo getting the minutes and guys like Nikhil getting minutes and so on and so on. But the biggest thing that I see with this team is that they just don't have enough especially with JJ Redick getting off to a cold start. They just don't have that extra guy that can really push it, an extra guy that can really take over a game. It seems like if Ingram is not very aggressive and if his shot's not falling, they just a flat team and they struggle to close games also. They need a little bit more juice. They need a little bit more life. And they just need somebody that can get them a bucket in a multitude of ways. And honestly, that you can see with the title, I think Bradley Beal would be perfect. He's not only not even in his 30s, but you have the ability to trade some of those picks and some of those young players that are coming up for a rookie extension that you might not want to keep. Remember, they couldn't even agree to terms with Lonzo. And you look at a team like the Wizards that are looking for young talent to build with Denny and Rui and those guys down there in Washington, and they have picks and young players that can entice a team like Washington to release a guy like Bradley Beal to them, because everybody's saying, what would you get? You look at the Anthony Davises and you look at guys like James Harden. Bill is a 30-point scorer the last 2 years so far. And that's what the Pelicans are missing. A guy that can literally help Ingram and Zion and be that third scorer, another facilitator, and another shooter. And I think Bradley Beal will be perfect. But the thing that doesn't make it seem crazy is they have a buttload of picks that they really don't know what they're going to do with. They need more scoring. They're trying to compete for a playoff spot, and Bradley Beal helps with the playoff spot, and he helps with the shooting and the scoring and the playmaking. And they have the picks and the young players at an abundance right now that they can, package a good package to get rid of to pick in, to bring in Bradley Beal. So I think he would be a perfect fit with this team, and this team is getting coached by Stan. And that's another thing because he's teaching them defense. He's making them slower so that way they can understand the game, they can see the game and play the game the right way. And Bill needs a coach that's going to hold him accountable. That's going to tell him to defend and get up on his case and demand him to be great on both ends of the court throughout the entire season. And this team lost a lot of games that I have watched because they couldn't close. Either they can't score enough, or they can't find guys that can consistently get shots off clean, or they just don't have the talent to make them consistently to win 4 quarters. So when I look at this team, they Bradley Beal will be perfect, and they are a team that's looking for a guard. Lonzo Ball can't be a two guard if he can't shoot from perimeter and he can't really shoot at all, really. He's been struggling too, and they would be a lot better if Redick would have got off to a hot start, giving them that floor spacing and that shooting and that guy that keeps the defense honest by running around and being a threat. But he hasn't really had the seasons that they thought that he would have since they have brought him in, and he was a big reason why they didn't make the playoffs because of his injury last year. And I think that Bradley Beal has been durable for the last couple years to a certain extent, and he is a guy that's hungry. He wants to win. He wants to prove that he can be great. And he was already mad last year by not making an all-star team and not making an all-NBA team. And he has come back every single year, in my personal opinion, and became better. And he's a guy that performs better in the big games, which is the playoffs. And that's something that they need since they lost Drew Holiday. They have been stagnant, and that's the tough part is trying to find ways to win, trying to find ways to steal games when you don't have the requisite talent, and you don't know what you're going to get out of guys night in and night out, which is usually what you get from having a young team. Guys have good games, guys have bad games, and guys just not being on the same page or just not understanding how to take care of the ball, when to score the ball, and what shots are good and great. And they just don't have enough of those type of players on this roster currently. And I thought that they would miss the playoffs. When I looked at the Pelicans, I didn't think they could make the top 8 in the West, as they has continually got better. And I feel like the Pelicans has gotten worse. And they did upgrade the center spot, but they are so flat a lot of times, and that cost them a lot of games. And I think Bill, with his ability to get up and down the court, his ability to come off screens, but also be able to break down the defense off the dribble and hit tough shots, whether it's from 3 or mid range, or even just getting to the basket and dumping it off to a Zion or a Steven Adams, or kicking it out to guys that can, put the ball on the ground or hit a wide open shot. And it helps Ingram with the ball handling duties, having a guy that he know that he doesn't have to always create or try to make guys better. He has a guy that he can play off of, and we've seen Ingram do it before. And I think that it'd be a help for him not having the pressure to make every play and every decision um, the right way. And I think, if you get Bill in for a couple games, he will start figuring out the teammates. He'll start figuring out the system and where guys like to be. And then next thing you know, you have a guy that's very dangerous, that can hit shots from all over the court, but has the talent around him to really, push things forward. And honestly, if I had to be honest, I'd rather be with the Pelicans and be with a team like Washington that really depends on young guys to perform more than a team like the Pelicans, where you know what you're getting out of Zion, you know what you're getting out of Steven Adams, and you know what you're going to get out of Ingram every single night. Plus, you have a solid bench to go with the team, and the Wizards going to eventually have to decide what they want to do at the end of the day, because if they miss the playoff this year, kind of defeated the purpose of trading John Wall for Russell Westbrook, who also hasn't been able to play every game, has already been injured, and they have already dug themselves into a tough hole already to start this season. But to me, if I'm Bill, I want to have a chance to win. I want to have a chance to be there long term. He's shown that he's loyal. He shows that he likes to compete, and he shows that he can take over and control games. And a lot of those players are not available or even, up for trade, and he's one of them. So I wouldn't see why the Pelicans want to do it. Like I said, this is a guy that's hungry. This is a guy that can attack. This is a guy that, can get you 30 plus points a game, while also being able to keep guys involved and play off the ball. And you just don't have guys like that available at his age. And the fact that you can possibly extend them, because you do have the cap space to do it, because a lot of these guys on rookie deals, and a lot of these guys, even like Zion, is on 1-2. So you'll be able to afford to keep him and Ingram for a couple years. And then when it's time to pay Zion, you'll know what he is, you'll know what he's about, you'll know how good the team is, and then you can move forward with what you're going to do. But what I said to David Griffin was he is going to have to figure out what players he wants to keep, what guys work, what guys don't, because you're not going to be able to keep all this young talent. It sounds good getting a haul of a lot of guys at once that can really, play. But eventually, you're going to have to cut some guys. Eventually, you're going to have to move some guys. And eventually, you're going to have to see what you get with these picks. But you know exactly what you're getting with a guy like Bradley Beal. You're getting one of the best scorers and all-around players in the league. And he just need to break his bad habits and play for something, while also actually competing defensively. And I think those things he can do in New Orleans, because that's their structure and what they're trying to build already. Plus, you have guys with upside that can get significantly better, and they have done that a little bit already in their careers, and they want to win. That's another thing. So, this is just my observation of where the Wizards are right now. They're struggling, and they might even be firing their coach, and they don't really know what's going to happen with Russell, and that the fit hasn't been ideal, and it really hasn't got them where they needed to go so far. And the Pelicans have lost a lot of close games, or just couldn't consistently get buckets through games, and ended up coming up short. And that's a problem that can definitely be solved if they can add a guy like Bradley Beal and extend him. If you're trading for Bradley Beal, you're looking for to give him the max. And he may not be a top 10 player, but when you add him with the growth and the development of Ingram and Zion and a lot of these young guys and the pick that you might still have, could be an interesting team, for Bill to actually probably want to go to. I know a lot of superstars don't like New Orleans or want to stay because they don't have the winning culture, they don't have the consistency of keeping their stars, and they always leave. But one thing you do know, you're going to have Ingram long term, and you're going to have Zion long term as he's on a rookie contract, and then you can extend him. And you also can have a chance to get Bill and lock him down long term, and then you can have a competitive team with upside while also having young players and possibly a couple more picks still available, and you can still build your roster and take gambles on guys and take swings on guys while also probably just using those to fill up the bench and turn those into solid. So it's interesting, and this is a good position for them to be in. And at the same time, we'll see what they do. Other than that, check out my website, check out my Facebook page. You can also buy merchandise on my Facebook page. You can message me, change the color of the hat, change the color of the shirt, customize it the way you want to be. Also have my spread shirt in the comment section below too. Also, feel free to let me know if you like the idea, you disagree, or another team that you can go to. And also feel free to like and share if you don't want to buy merchandise. Like and sharing allows the channel to grow and be seen by more people. Not only that, thanks for the love, thanks for the support, thanks for watching. Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, signing out, and tell me what you guys think about Bill possibly going to New Orleans. Will it work? Will it won't work? Can he break them habits? Can he change? Will he be able to adapt? Or do he just need a fresh start with another team that can possibly help him win in the future? It's better than the Washington Wizards, and they do have the asset and the talent to get him. It's just, do he want to go there? And if he goes there, will he be willing to commit long term to be there? That's his decision. That's his choice. But I'm just giving some ideas to help him out and help a team possibly get over the hump and get back into the playoffs. Let me know in the comment section below. Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. Enjoy your weekend.